Unfortunately, you see a lot of vacant buildings. Directly across from the country club is our low-income housing property. We provide a food pantry for people in our community. So this is the Jennings School District's food pantry. We are 100% free and reduced lunch, which means high poverty.
There's this synergy in this place. Instead of focusing on the excuses and why we can't, how do we make it so we all can?
When I see students walk through the door, high school for the first time, I don't see a ninth grade student. I see a person walking across that stage 3 years, 4 years later. In order to get them across that stage, I know I need to do things here to prepare that student to walk across that stage.
Our main goal today is to hear presentations from the interns.
The program with UMSL, I think, is one of those things that you never really imagine what the possibilities were. It started off from one of our teachers just saying, you know, I want to provide my students with just a little bit more. It just actually started with a phone call to her previous professor, Dr. Parker, saying, can you support my students in my class?
She was in my evolution class. That's how I met her. And I always make a pitch for being involved in research as an undergraduate while you're here. So she took me up on it. She actually did 2 semesters of research in my lab, and then years later contacted me as a biology teacher from Jennings Senior High. And her name is Remy Bryant.
I assumed that she just saw something in me, and she pulled me aside one day and said, you know, would you be interested in working in my lab? I was just kind of excited by the fact that she invited me to do such a thing, so I said, sure. So we, of course, lost communication when I graduated. And the project Lead the Way, there's this advisory board that they require you to have. So she was like, I'm totally interested.
So I went up there and I joined this advisory committee, and then all this other stuff grew out of that.
The program has gone from just 5 interns to having 13 interns that are paid to work, you know, up to full-time employment over the summer. But I think the biggest thing for me is that in schools with our demographics, students don't see themselves as scientists. Students don't see themselves going into fields that are related to STEM. They're thinking about careers that they weren't even aware of.
Actually kind of thinking about going into a career like this one, doing research, finding out the why and things like we've done over these past 6 weeks.
When we leave here early and we supposed to stay at 5:30, I'll go down to Dr. Chubit's lab with some other friends of mine, and we just work on bacteria and everything, so it's great. You can just explore different labs.
It gives them a feeling of what collegiate level research is like, and that if they wanted to do it, they're perfectly capable of doing it. That's what I want them to come away with.
What our lab is researching is a biotech process called CRISPR-Cas9. CRISPR, the CRISPR part in this, stands for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats.
We use the process called conjugation, and basically the transfer of genetic material between cells.
This is something that's scalable. This is something that we owe to our community and to our young people, and this is something that can be implemented right away.
You can make this happen in your school. It's not about the zip code. It's about how you view children and what you see in children that they do not see in themselves. It's about putting in structures and then bringing in the community to see the prizes, the hidden secrets in your building, and allowing students to sell themselves, allowing them to speak, allowing them to interact, and it can happen.
I think that anybody who can do some small thing like this should do it and help create a more equitable environment that can only ultimately help change that have and have not division that we have today.
UMSL took a risk on our students, and look what happened. But it took someone to say, I'm gonna put aside my prejudices. I'm gonna put aside what I've seen on TV. Or I'm gonna put aside even how I was raised. To come in and see children as children and see children, no matter the zip code and the color, as productive citizens. And what do I need to do to make that happen? We have to trust.